Hello everyone. So yesterday I was able to go see The Black Phone. I was very much anticipating this film and waiting for it to come out as it was supposed to come out in 2021, then in February, but now it's finally here. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long and it is directed by Scott Derrickson. He gave us the original Doctor Strange movie, so I was excited to see what he was going to do as his next project after he dropped out of directing Doctor Strange 2. So this stars Mason Thomas, Madeline McGraw, and Ethan Hawke, and there's a few more other people who make their way into this film. But yes, without further ado, let me get into my review for The Black Phone. So The Black Phone is about a really young teen named Finney who, after being abducted by a child killer and locked away in a very soundproof basement, he starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone line from the killer's previous victim. So in a lot of cases, kids that he knew growing up in his hometown. So they starts to give him kind of advice about what he should or shouldn't be doing, things that they tried to do that they were killed before they could find out if it would work. So things like trying to kind of wiring from inside the walls to reach higher places within the room and maybe even get out through a window, like little things like that. It's just clues about things that they were doing that they didn't get the chance to, or things that they did that got them hurt or killed by the killer. And all of this is happening. His younger sister, Gwen, has been receiving dreams about just kind of clues as to location or who was gone missing, like which child got missing next. And she's been communicating to this to the police. And a lot of the times, I mean, it's very cryptic, but sometimes she's able to bring, again, just some evidence that will help the police find out more about this killer. And of course, the killer is played by Ethan Hawke, who puts on probably one of the best performances of his career. He is terrifying and just so creepy, and just kind of some of the things that he changes his personality throughout the film, even when he's just sitting in a chair waiting for like someone to come up the stairs, because he likes to play a game to see how naughty these kids are from trying to escape from the basement that he has them in. He's just absolutely horrifying. And just again, his mannerism is so creepy. His physical presence is absolutely terrifying. And yeah, it's pretty brutal when it gets into, again, just showing the kidnappings of these kids and how ruthless he is. And the kills too that happen in this movie are pretty damn, like, they hit hard and they're gruesome, and yeah, it's just really effective again in the horror elements that it has by having kind of the psychological and somewhat paranormal horror elements that this film has, where it shows off, again, the conversations with the dead kids in the basement, Ethan Hawke's, again, just physical presence, and just insanely intimidating performance, to again the dreams and almost nightmarish aspects that his sister Gwen is having throughout the entire film. The horror works really well in this film, and again, there's a few different types of styles of horror that it does, and all of it just really created something unique and not anything that I've seen before in any other movie. So it was really, really good. And it kept me, there's nothing that made me jump, scream, or anything like that, but it had me kind of on my edge, and like it built up a bit of that fear inside of me throughout the film. And it was, again, just really effective in everything that I tried to do horror wise. And in terms of the story, I mean, it is decently simple, but it's just very well paced, very well executed, amazingly acted. Especially the young girl who plays Gwen has probably one of the best performances by a child teen actor that I have seen in a long, long time. She's definitely up there with, I mean, a lot of people will compare them to the kids from It, the kids from Stranger Things, those actors. She's definitely well up there in the conversation because her performance was absolutely incredible, just awesome. I think the best way to relate it would be the girl from Game of Thrones. She killed the role too, and just again had that very intimidating and smart presence to her. Really, some of the only things that I can take away from this movie is that, I mean, there's a couple of predictable plot points, but they were in ways that didn't take away from the film or I felt were cliche or anything like that. Like, they worked in the scenes that they're in, but it can be a little predictable. Some of the adults in this film can just kind of, you can look at them and be like, dude, get a grip. Like, you should be a little smarter than this or be able to figure things out a little bit more. And then I found, when I say the ending, I mean like the final 1 to 2 minutes of this film. So after kind of like the plot has wrapped up a little bit, it was just something that seemed a little too easy for me, and I didn't really necessarily, I don't know, it just didn't land for me. I love the way that, again, just the big story of this wrapped up, but I don't know, I just felt like there needed to be a little bit more of a hold of the situation on the characters by the end of this film, which it just didn't really have. I felt that would have been a little bit more effective, but again, from the entire runtime of this movie, I did really, really enjoy it. So really, with everything taken together, this is one of my favorite horror and thriller films that I've seen in a long, long time. I found that it had amazing, again, just very effective camera work, very effective cinematography, and very effective scares and elements of horror within it. So I'm gonna have to give the Black Phone an 8.5 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. Ethan Hawke, again, is just puts on a very memorable performance that might stick within your nightmares through the next couple days after you watch this one. But it's easily, I want to say, the best horror film that I've seen this year, best horror film I've seen in a long, long time. And I do just have to truly recommend it because the performances were great, the story was great. It's just, I really enjoyed a lot about this movie, and I'm definitely going to be coming back to it time and time again, I think, because it's just really good. So if you've seen The Black Phone, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Of course, if you liked this review, definitely give it a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing and clicking that little bell so you know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out everything I do on this channel, I'll link some playlists up top here for convenience sake. And if you want to see everything I do live streaming Twitch-wise, link to that's in the description of this video and of course my channel bio. And in both of those places, you'll find a link to the Media Mountain, which is my Discord where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you can definitely join that amazing community. I'll make it even more amazing than it is already. And yeah, just awesome, guys.